a Nigerian-born classical and operatic singer based in the United States, has spent 2 decades in the entertainment industry. Now, entertainment, you will say, an opera singer. It's not everybody that listens to opera, but when you do, it's just a few people that, love to listen to opera music.
Yeah.
And, when you get those people, you know that these are unique.
And some people don't have a choice.
And some people...
Who are those people?
People
you go to any Baptist, Anglican, Methodist,
yes,
Catholic. Good morning and thank you for joining us.
Good morning.
Good
Great
morning.
to have you again. It's always a pleasure to have you
Thank
on
you
the
so
program.
kindly. Thank you
always
so,
a pleasure
so
to listen to you, honestly. And so you've been in this game 2 decades already. Wow. How
2 decades?
Yes.
Actually, a little bit over 2 decades.
Yeah, well,
officially 2
officially
decades.
2 decades. And how has it been? You stayed with this genre of music, and sometimes it could be difficult to stay with a genre that you believe that is not all over the place. People are not jumping up and down. Your crowd is your crowd, right? But how has the experience been?
First and foremost, I'd like to say I'm more of a classical crossover singer, which is more like Andrea Bocelli, what he does. So like in the US, I get teased that I'm the female version of Andrea Bocelli, which is a fantastic compliment. As a matter of fact, I have plans to bring him to Nigeria at some point for a concert. And so it's been a journey. I've never really done anything else outside singing. Which has also been a blessing. I mean, I've explored other creative aspects like acting, writing a book, directing shows and plays, and I'm about to launch my fashion line. And so I'm just a creative all over, and I've really enjoyed doing that. And sometimes I've felt like a scientist, just mixing chemicals, experimenting to see, I'm a curious soul. So, but one of my new projects that I'd like to do going forward is to juxtapose Nigerian folk songs with orchestra music. One of my big supporters, Uncle Shegun Odegbami, was just telling me yesterday about a legend from Nigeria, Ambrose Campbell. And he encouraged me to look, at his music catalog. And so I've been so impressed. But imagine mixing Yoruba folklore into classical tunes and all that.
That's
singing in my mother tongue.
That's interesting, actually, because Ambrose Campbell is one. You may have also heard of Art Alade and Akin Yuba.
Yes.
Those people were also operatic, but I don't know whether they did it the kind of way you did. And they also had this fusion. Maybe this crossover thing is actually in your blood, because they also had this fusion of African percussions into opera music and all of those things. But, of course, you couldn't only have stayed with this for 20 years. You've been singing to kings and presidents and queens all over the world. When did that start, and how does it feel to get that invite that you're going to go to that level to perform?
I didn't even know. I just knew I wanted to be a singer. I didn't know it was going to get me to the White House and the Madison Square Garden. When I got to the United States, I was so taken aback by the warmth and the hospitality of that country. And, you can be an immigrant, and then you can be anything else you want to be, And so I was gracious, and I said, how can I give a gift to the United States? Oh, I have an idea. I'm going to learn the national anthem of the United States. And I learned it, and that was what opened the doors for me. That's what got me to where I am today. So I started getting invitations, because by the grace of God, I can sing the Star Spangled Banner like no man's business. Like, wake me up at 4 a.m. I just need to
sound check.
Sound check, mic two, and maybe have a glass of room temperature water, and I'm good to go. And I didn't even know it was a hard song to sing until people started coming to tell me So I think that's what really kept the invitations coming in.
But it's not just the U.S. you've sang for. You've gone to Ghana, gone to Senegal.
Yes, Malawi, Liberia, Malawi, Zimbabwe, Angola, yes, I love anthems of different countries. It's just really beautiful. Yes.
I should borrow you my catalog. I think I have about 100 of them. Anyway, now, do you think Joker said something copiously earlier? Maybe just stated something that operatic music isn't so popular. But then I have also seen some pop musicians make a meal of it. I don't remember this guy's name again, something Douglas, that did a Fifth of Beethoven and on pop. Some in the 80s. Did that. And then there are a number of other people who have done something similar, even though not so popular. So how important do you see operatic music as in any culture? And why do you think it should be embraced at a time when many believe it's boring?
See, classical music, again, opera music is very intense and like the deeper version. So I always try to tell people there's a difference. It's still the same genre. So, but classical music is really feel-good music. Opera music is telling story, dramatically. Yeah. Even if it's like a love song, exaggerate. You do all that. But, classical music could be wise man says only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. That's an Elvis Presley song. Yeah. But see how, and Andrea Bocelli recorded that. So you see the difference. But classical music is a feel-good song. It relaxes you. It's very, very magical. Even like they encourage pregnant women to play it for unborn babies, and that the theory is that the children would come out, the kids would come out smart. And I think it's true. I think it's true. I don't know if my mom played it. By the way, shout out to my mom. Yesterday was her 85th birthday. And I'm the baby. But when I turned 3, my earliest memories of listening to classical music in Ogun State was when I was age 3 with my dad. And I think I want to say I have a quite curious brain and mind, my in a way, with all humility. So I'm saying I'm a product of that, the effect of classical music it can have on you. It can reduce your blood pressure, make headaches go away. Whenever I'm stressed and I listen to classical music back to back, I'm a completely different person. And I think it invites the presence of angels, the celestial beings, to come be with you, to come keep your company. Try it.
I didn't know that they had that kind of genre in heaven.
If there was any kind of genre in heaven, it must be classical music. Bingo. Yes.
Well, let's not forget that all those gifts came from the same heaven. But don't let's go
including Afrobeats, right?
Exactly, right? Okay, you wanted to ask a question. Well, you wait. Let me ask you one question. Did you at any point feel I chose the wrong field? I ask that because you know how popular pop music makes you and what kind of reward it could bring. So did you ever feel?
Never. Not even half a second in my life. 20 years. I have a lot of colleagues that have, they stopped and they went into corporate America, banking, architecture, medicine even, because, you know what I mean? So for me to have been there for 20 years and have made a name for myself, and especially representing Nigeria on the global field, it's been divine. It's never my might or power. It's just been God all the way through.
Yes, and the conviction to stay in this lane. I mean, in what ways have you used it, to help people, to help society? They say music is therapy. and all that. Have you ever ventured into that to use it?
I'm really glad you asked that question. So over the years, I've had people come to me, and I'm literally at a social gathering singing, and they would come to me and confide in me and say, you know, Abi, thank you for singing that song. And they'll start crying. And I'm like, oh, thank you. And they're like, no, you don't understand. I literally was about to commit suicide. I'm suicidal and depressed, but your music gives me hope. And it's a reminder that there are beautiful things in this world. And so nothing can make me depart this beautiful world before my time. So, and I've heard that not once, not even 5 times, more than that. And I also have my nonprofit organization. I've created a program called Music Literacy Program, so where I go into underserved communities both in the US and here, and troubled youths use music to distract them from being knuckleheads. And I'm overall passionate about incarcerated women. That's like my #1 humanitarian cause. And so when I go, I deliver lectures, I speak to them, I encourage them to have a plan for when they go out, when they're, released. Don't just sit, behind the bars counting the days. Have a plan, have an effective plan that will change your life. And then I use music to, and that's always, magical, like I said, yeah.
Wow, that's a lot. So what are you doing to celebrate your 2 decades?
I'm in the country to put together a 20 years anniversary concert. It's a double celebration because next month is my 45th birthday.
Wow.
So it's going to be on my birthday, December 22nd.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I'm having a concert.
That's on a Monday,
That's
think?
on a Monday,
Yeah.
and so I'm going to be singing a bunch of holiday tunes and Yoruba traditional tunes like Elu Agogo,
Yeah.
Dohon, and stuff like that. So I'm excited about this, and I've been lucky to have supporters and honorable individuals on the honorary planning team like General Abiodun, Mominike Art Gallery, General Basanjo, Obalake of Egbaland, Shegun Odegbami. They've just really welcomed all those people. They've welcomed me and just to support me, and so it's interesting. It's lovely.
We could go on and on with you because you're sounding so operatic and classical and everything. We can only wish you the best. I'm hoping that one of these days, if you are able to, we'll be able to drag you in again to the studio to have a conversation with us, particularly about the music therapy part.
Yes.
You will not be coming as an artist, you'll be coming as a lifestyle guest.
Yes.
We'll bring you up on that one.
I love that, absolutely.
Oh, we definitely will, because people don't even know how important these things are.
Yes.
Right?
Speaking of that, I actually created a radio program called Hymsical. It's a 30-minute program of just, sharing classical pieces and movie theme songs, and it's just curated. So it's on several radios. It's a new program, but it's on several radio stations.
For those who have been trying medicine and it's not working, maybe you want to try classical music. Thank you so much for
Thank you kindly.
Yeah, thank you. Wow.
Abiodun Koya, Nigerian-born classical and operatic singer based in the U.S., one of the very few professionally trained opera singers of African origin. Again, thank you for your time.
Thank you.